Okay, now let's have a talk about our resource box. The resource box is one of the most important parts of your article because it is actually what directs your traffic to your site. So you need to make sure you do this part right. Okay, so I've created a notepad session and I just called it resource box. And in here I have my redirect link that we've already created. Remember, we created this URL for Fast Track Cash, and this is actually masking our affiliate link. Okay, so what our job is now is to make a few different phrases that we can use as anchor text. So think about this carefully. You need to include the keywords in there and make them want to click on it. Okay, so here's some examples of what I might want to use to promote Fast Track Cash. These are kind of off the top of my head, but you want to spend some time thinking about what you want to say here. So this is going to be the clickable text we're going to use. Okay, now to make this clickable text, what we want to do is put this in HTML format. So all we have to do, let's copy our affiliate link here. This is our cloaked link. Okay, and then in front of here, we put these characters. Okay, and then put a greater than sign there. And then at the end of it, close the HTML tag like this. And then paste your URL in here. And then you should have actually quotes around your URL like this. Okay, so when we're all said and done here, what is going to show when we save this as an HTML file is this being a clickable link. Okay, so what you can do now is just copy this whole thing, put it in front of both of these, and then at the end of it, of course, you need these characters. Let's copy that, put it at the end of the text on both of these. Okay, now we can save this. This is our swipe file for the text we're going to use on our resource box. Now we can also save this as an HTML to check how it works. Okay, so let's do a save as and then just save this as HTML instead of text. Okay, now let's click on the HTML file and we should get 3 clickable links. Of course, they're going to be right beside each other because this isn't actually proper HTML. Let's just put a paragraph break between these so that we can see them on separate lines. Okay, let's just save this again. Now let's open this in our browser. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so this is our first clickable link. This is our second clickable link. This is our third clickable link. Okay, so those are now our choices for our resource box, and they're all set up as anchor text. This is more effective in your resource box for the search engines and to make people want to click on it. Okay, now you could also use the domain redirection. Now, the domain I used in my example was actually promoting a spyware removal type of product, but if it was for Fast Track Cash, rather than using the recommends redirection here, I would use the domain redirect, and then I would use my domain in all other promotion. Okay, so if you actually are using a specific domain for a product, use that instead of the domain you use for all your other redirects. Okay, now let's talk about submitting our article content. Now, first of all, you need to go to ezinearticles.com and you need to submit your article manually to this site. This is the largest site in terms of traffic, so you want to make sure that you get on this one. And many of the articles submitted from automated article submission services are rejected by Ezine Articles. So you're best to come here and submit it here and then choose a submission service to submit with. Okay, so first of all, if you don't have an Ezine Articles account, just click the Join Now button over here and create an account. If you already have one, then of course sign in. Okay, so once you're in here, I'm not going to go through the whole account setup here, but what you want to do is set up your account basically, and then you want to add your resource box in here. Okay, and you can add all of your resource boxes in here. So go over to Profile Manager and then Edit Author Resource Boxes. So click on that. Okay, and then here you have your resource box. So give it a resource name. So I'll just call it FTC, meaning Fast Track Cache, and I'll just do -1. Okay, and then I can put my first resource box entry in here. Okay, so here's my swipe file. So just grab this, paste it in here. Okay, and add the resource box. Okay, now we can add our next one. So we could call this FTC2. Of course, you can name it whatever you want. Okay, then we'll go get our resource box again here. Get our second one. Copy it in here. Paste. Okay, and then we can put our third one in here. And paste. Okay, we now have 3 article boxes in there. So if you go into edit here, if you need to edit them, you can pick your different resource boxes out of here and you can edit them as need be. Okay, so our resource boxes are all in there. What we want to do now is submit our article. So go to Article Manager and then submit a new article. Okay, now this is really important. You need to select the proper category. Okay, so make sure you're careful about what category you pick out of here. Okay, so let's say Internet and Business Online. Okay, now over here we have a subcategory, and then you can go through here and pick the proper one for what you are promoting. Okay, so we'll go with affiliate revenue. Okay, so now what we need to do is go get our article and paste it in here. So first we need our article title. Let's go to our articles directory here, and here is our one of our articles. Okay, so copy that, and then we paste that into here. Now we need to have an abstract here. This is just a little bit about the product, and you shouldn't swipe it from your article. Okay, so there's our teaser copy. Now what we do is we go down here and we copy our article in. So let's go get the rest of it here. And we'll paste it in there. Okay, now we have some keywords down here. So let's put in keywords that make sense and they're comma separated. As you can see here, it gives you a word count, so 551 words. It's probably a little longer than I would suggest. You should probably be around 400 words. But at any rate, so we'll put our keywords in here. Okay, and then our author resource box. Okay, so as you can see, we've already entered them, so we can pick them from in here, whichever one we want. And of course, you can also type them in directly here if you want to do it that way. Okay, now what we should do is preview the article. So just click preview, and it brings it up for you and shows you what it's going to look like when it's all finished here. So there's our article. And when we roll down, here is the clickable text in our resource box. We close the preview. Okay, and then save your changes. Okay, and then when you're ready to go, what you do is you just submit your article. You agree to the terms, submit your article, and then it will be reviewed and approved, and it'll start getting traffic for you. Okay, so that's how you use ezine articles. Okay, the last thing I want to mention here is article submission services. Now, you shouldn't submit to these until after you've been approved by ezine articles. If you do, then what might happen is you'll get rejected by ezine articles, okay, because they have stricter rules. So make sure that you have an approval from them first, because they are actually the most important step, is to get published there. After you've done that, you may choose to use a submission service such as submityourarticle.com or isnare.com. Okay, these are premium service, so you have to pay for them, but they are well worth the cost. So whichever one you choose, all you have to do is sign up and then paste your article in. You've already written your resource boxes, pick which article directories you want to send out to, and submit, and it's as simple as that.